They told me not to go past the dead cypress. Out there, the swamp changed. The frogs croaked backward. The air grew too still, too thick like it remembered a time before breath and longed to return. But warnings meant little to me back then. It had been 3 days since I'd heard from my brother, 3 full days since his last call from the ranger station at Blackwater Marsh. We weren't close, not in the way brothers are meant to be, but silence wasn't like him, and truth be told, I needed a reason to leave town. The days had grown stale, my job, a dusty blur. Nights twisted with unnameable anxiety, the kind that clings to your skin like swamp heat. I told no one I was going. I packed a rucksack, drove until the road turned to gravel, then to mud, then to nothing at all. I left the car behind where the path gave out and took the skiff down to the dock. The marsh greeted me with a buzzing silence. Everything hummed, insects, the air, the black water, yet somehow it felt devoid of life. I drifted past ancient roots coiled like sleeping serpents, past reeds thick with rust-colored dew, until the world felt smaller than it should be. My hands sweated against the oar, my thoughts slowed. Time grew muddy, and then I saw the bloom. It rose from the center of the marsh, not a flower, not a fungus, but something in between, corpulent and glistening. It heaved with slow breath, as if tasting the world. Its petals were flesh-like, veined and quivering, swaying to a wind that didn't blow. Spores hung in the air like motes of dusk, drifting lazy spirals toward the sky. I don't remember docking. I only remember stepping out into mud that sucked at my boots like hunger. There were bones around it, dozens, maybe hundreds, long stripped and gleaming, arranged not by animal instinct, but with intent. Spirals, patterns, some pulsing with trapped insects. I saw ranger hats, knives, name tags blooming with mold. My brother's pack rested near a half-sunken log. Its zipper was undone. I didn't check inside. Instead, I stared at the bloom as if there were nowhere else to look. It pulsed, it watched, and then it spoke not with sound, but with memory. I was 8 again, standing by the pond behind my grandfather's barn, watching tadpoles shimmer in the shallows. But as they grew into frogs, legs sprouted in the wrong places. Their breath slowed and stopped, and when I turned, the barn was gone, the sky was wrong, and a voice in my mind said, "Do you see it now, the pattern beneath the world?" I fell backward into the mud, heaving. My hands came away coated in something slick and dark, too thick to be water. It reeked of ammonia and blood. The bloom shivered. I heard my brother then clear behind me. "Don't fight it." I turned. He stood barefoot in the water, waist deep, his eyes gone milk white and skin blooming with spore-like patterns. His mouth didn't move when he spoke again. "We aren't meant to move so fast. The world is meant to settle and decay. The bloom is the only cure." I took a step back. The mud gripped harder. The trees around the marsh began to bend toward me, not in the wind, but of their own volition, creaking like arthritic limbs, and the buzzing grew louder. It wasn't insects. It was prayer. I stumbled, turned, tried to flee to the boat, but my boots were part of the earth now. They had softened, melted, grown into roots. I kicked and screamed. I clawed at the laces, tore them loose, and left the boots behind, along with part of me I'm sure I needed. I ran barefoot through the muck, every step blistering with rot. I didn't look back, not even when I heard my brother call my name, not with love, but with hunger. I found the boat overturned and half sunk. I righted it and pushed off with shaking hands, and yet the swamp didn't fight me. It let me go. And as I rowed, I realized the sky was bleeding. Thin red lines laced the clouds. The trees leaned wrong. My thoughts itched. I had left the bloom behind, but it had not left me. It had rooted, and I drifted on like a spore ready to settle. I live far from Blackwater Marsh now. I take pills that slow the dreams. I cover the mirrors, but every so often, I find spores on my windowsill, pulsing like tiny hearts. I hear my brother humming through the pipes, and sometimes, when I dream, I remember the prayer. Bloom slow, bloom deep, bloom still. And I wonder what it means. I wonder how many more blooms the world can bear,